Subramania Bharati, also known as Mahakavi Bharatiyar, is considered as the father of modern Tamil literary style. A reputed nationalist poet, Bharati was also an ardent patriot, activist, visionary and journalist. He wrote impassioned nationalist poems and articles against the rule of the British government. For this, he had to go into exile in Pondicherry. He experimented with simple language and free verse to create a new Tamil style of poetry. Some of his well-known works are Panchali Sapatham, Papa Pattu, Kannan Pattu, Kuil Pattu. The Wind was translated to English from Tamil by acclaimed Kannada poet A. K. Ramanujan. In the poem, the poet Subramania Bharati advises the reader to be strong in mind and body in order to face the challenges and obstacles presented by life. Let's take a look at Wind by Subramania Bharati. Bharati begins the poem by pleading with the wind. He asks the wind to come into his house softly. He also asks the wind not to break his windows or knock down the books or tear its pages. The poet paints a positive picture by using words like softly, shutters, and scatter. However, this vision is short-lived. Bharati's tone changes abruptly from soft to sharp in the next line. He scolds the wind for knocking down his books and tearing out the pages. The action of the wind becomes symbolic of the havoc wreaked by an unfortunate event in the life of an individual. Through his words, Bharati warns the reader against complacency. The next line is even more direct. He says, "You are clever at poking fun at weaklings." By saying that, he is calling the wind out on its destructive nature. The wind crushes everything, and he does not listen to anyone. Bharati reaches the height of his anger at the wind with these words. Bharati now changes the tone of the poem. The next few lines are affirmative. Bharati says that though the wind can be terrifying and destructive, some good can come out of it. He asks the readers to build strong homes and doors which can be shut firmly. He also asks them to keep their bodies strong and their hearts steadfast. If they do this, then they will enjoy the friendship of the wind. That is, life is a test for individuals. Individuals must become stronger in mind, body and heart, so he or she can meet any difficulties that he or she is faced with. If he or she is weak, then the wind will break them. Bharati now tells the readers to praise the wind. The wind has now changed from being a troublemaker to someone worthy of being worshipped. Thus, the wind becomes a paradoxical element in the poem, where it is simultaneously good and bad. Bharati implies that each individual has the power to change adversities into something positive. Let's take a look at the literary elements of the poem. In the poem Wind, alliteration plays a central role in conveying the tone and message of the poem. For example, the phrase, "Wind god winnows," is symbolic of the power of the wind that Bharati talks about throughout the poem. The W sound is repeated in this phrase. Bharati begins the poem with a plea to the wind, which then turns into anger and finally into admiration. In the first stanza, the poet pleads with the wind to not break anything around the house. This tone turns into anger at the wind's destructive nature. However, the poem ultimately ends on a positive note with the poet emphasizing on the merits of being strong and maintaining a friendship with the wind. Bharati uses repetition to emphasize the tone and theme of the poem. The repetition of the words don't and grumbling lends to the idea of a war between the poet and the wind. It also highlights the destructive power of the wind and the impact it has on one's life. The repetition of the word fires in the last few lines brings forward the poet's idea of failure and strength. While he displays a certain level of contempt for the wind, he also implies a deeper level of contempt for failure. In the poem, wind is personified. It is a person that at first the poet pleads with, then warns everyone against, and then considers an ally. Thus, the wind is an adversary, an ally, and someone to be worshipped. There is no rhyme scheme in the poem since it is written in free verse.